Cortina City. We got a special surprise. We got a 1970 surprise. And you get a clue on there what's coming up. Boxes of 8 tracks. And I mean boxes of them. Just check out that cornucopia. Check out that jamboree. Check out that potpourri. We've gone totally 70s. Mk3 Cortina City, welcome to another tech video. This time we're going to get Papa's engine nicely built, all remade, re-engineered, re-skimmed, re-formed, re-hosed, all those kind of words. See, join us. Well, I know I'm not super hip, and I'm not taking slip, but I don't care. So next week's going to be, you're going to be jumping back to the hardcore resto video work on Tina G. Rumours around the gearbox failed. Well, you'll find out all about it, but we got through with some really intricate work. The sump pan was off. I was in with this hand. I could have done with one more hand really. There was tweezers, there was magnets, there was springs. All to do with a faulty park inhibitor and reverse light switch. 2 types, folks. Watch it. Just sod's law that someone's about to do what I just did in the week that I'm going to be off. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview into that video. What happened was we're doing an LED conversion, or we're playing with LEDs. There's a lot of LEDs arrive. There's some left-hand drive headlamps arrive because the car's going abroad. These are left-hand drive units, but I've been experimenting with LED bulbs. A full hour video on that's coming out. If you've got a Mk3 Cortina and you're giving LEDs a consideration, you want to watch this film because I do the hard work, so you don't have to. We end up going all over the place. We hate, we love, we hate, we love, and eventually we settle in a place. Well, you'll have to see where we settled. Anyway, that was Tina G wanting to be light and bright on the roads for its big journey ahead that it's going to be doing very soon to warmer climates and fields afar, folks. So there's that going on, and we're juggling and we're shuffling with a huge stack of 8 tracks. Why now? Well, I'm well overdue sending Simone from Hooked On Classics. Simone's got the TC mobile, the Mk3 Cortina City ex-estate car went to Simone. She's got a channel called Hooked On Classics. If you want to find it, then you put in Hooked On Classics Simone and you'll get it. If you don't, you find classical music. Anyway, Andy the Lens, our in-house photographer and cameraman, who will be joining us on the trip, has given me his Stag radio to do, and it's a radio mobile, very nice one. Elton's in at the moment. Elton seems to be everywhere, doesn't he? But I'm not as big a fan as you might think. It's just that I happen to have done all my Elton tapes first. Talking of tapes, I found an Eagles tape. But guess what? The best tapes, they're always played the most, so this is pretty warm. But you do get it. We've got loads of 8 tracks. I've been building myself up a bit of a collection. This teak one at the bottom is very 70s here. We'll bring you in that in a minute. This one is a bit of a set 80s looking with its brushed aluminium. Then we've got a Simone's one in there that's been converted to Bluetooth. Then Andy, then Mk3, then look at this CB radio, folks, kindly supplied by Simone. Simone, did you know it works? I got a screwdriver for an aerial. 2.7 a copy. Anyone out there, come back. 2.7 a copy. Let's try 19. This is Paul Hardcastle, 1919 a copy. Is there anyone out there? In a rather apocalyptic way, the world is nothing but white noise. All the CB radio people gone. Are they out there? What do you know about CB radio? If we just keep it on in the background, like that film where there's a radio transmitter going, oh, it's about the end of the world. What was it? I can't remember the name of that film. It's a black and white film. I'm sure Anthony Hopkins is in it. And they're on a submarine. And Robert Mitchum, no, Cary Grant. I think, is it Cary Grant? That'll be a very interesting one to look up. There's this radio transmitter going on the other side of the world, and they think there's someone out there. You'll have to watch the film. It's great. I think it's called On the Shore, or on the Beach, I think it's called. Check it out anyway. Static. So we've got that job going on. We'll be back on the tech bench, just here. So back on Tina G's gearbox, back on Tina G's, oh, there's a prop shaft went on, all sorts. I mean, I've just looked at all the videos. There's got to be at least 10 hours worth of footage there for you in 1 hour segments. Not too long, although the LED light film's quite long. And the one I've just uploaded to Patreon, it's a 2 hour double bill special. So that's what's upcoming on the channel very soon, okay? Work our way through the 8 tracks. Been collecting more tapes, and of course, you keep on going and getting, and getting the tapes. And the biggest breakthrough for me on the tapes, I just have to put my glasses on to remind me it's really real. I just cannot believe I've got this tape, folks. This is just, I mean, y'all, when you hear me read this tape out, when you hear me read this tape out, let me remind me, yeah. When you hear me read this tape, you're going to go, how did you wing that one? It's got to be worth a fortune. And I got it for 50 pence. I mean, should I just put it straight back onto eBay and just quintuple my money? It's just going to be so, the money you could make, because it's still in its cellophane wrapper. It's never even been played. This is the rarest 8-track. You want to know what it is? Come on and celebrate with me. It's Grimthorpe Colliery Band does Songs of Praise with a Grimthorpe Colliery Band. Can't you just wait? So there's that, there's some more tape reviews. I think that gets you up to speed. I'm going to take you through this stack here now, close up on the stack. We've been doing some more film work. I've been chucking in a couple of funny film clips as well. There's one at the beginning of this. Me messing about. It keeps you young. It stops you. You mustn't be too serious. If this channel is a bit too much crazy for you, it might not be for you, buddy. Well, that's a famous Puddings Fab Shop. Puddings Fab Shop. If you've not seen it, go across there. He's out in America. I love his channel. I just love his crazy antics. And he's got a great sense of humour. Puddings Fab Shop, all things American in Pot County. Great merchandise. He really knows how to make a good film. I've been learning a few tips and tricks from Puddings Fab Shop and nicking a few little bits here and there. Bit of poetic license, bit of plagiarism in there. Okay, so I think at the beginning of the Puddings video he goes something like, this channel's got some messing around in it, and this might not be for you, buddy. It's just great. I just like the way it's done. So there's that. We've got some more road trips. I've got filmed in the can. Some more roadside chats because they seem to be popular as well. I appreciate this is a chat in itself, introducing the films. This isn't supposed to be a chat, but it is. So Puddings Fab Shop, roadside chats, more road trips, the 8-track. We're going to mess with the CB and see if we can actually get anyone out there. I'm convinced we can. I think this is a worker. Although Andy Lenz has tipped me off that his brother might be able to help us, just making sure that everything's tickety-boo out there in CB land. Are we going to find anybody? I'll also take you across before this clip ends and show you Tina G's had an 8-track fitted, and it's gone in very nicely. If you've got a Mk3 Cortina and you're thinking of fitting an 8-track, stay with me on the channel because I'm going to take you through the whole process. Plus, I'll show you the one that seems to fit the best, although all of these are going to fit in the place that I'm going to show you. I found a perfect place in your Cortina Mark III to fit an 8-track. And I've just tried it out. I've just been out on the road with the 8-track. We've had ABBA on, we've had Neil Diamond on, and we've had some great soul. I found a great soul tape. I'm not going to play it here. I might play it here in a sec. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and get that soul tape because it's just something else. You've never heard anything like this. I mean, this is serious this time. And I'll film the dash where the 8-track fits nicely. But of course, that'll be included in the main film. I just wanted to get across some exciting things that have happened in the last couple of weeks. And then it's not all going to be roadside chat. It's funny with YouTube because you can gain subscribers, then you can lose subscribers. Because I'm a niche audience with Mark IIIs. A lot of my audience are expecting pure hardcore Mark III. That's good, and I've done that. I've done it in the past, I've done it recently, and we're still doing it, of course. However, I do like to put in a bit of fun and a bit of getting a bit of my personality across other than the Cortinas. Now, some people say, well, why don't you do a separate channel for that? It's a good idea, but we're going to have to come up with a name for it. Initially, I thought the Mk3 Podcast, but is that too boring? The Mk3 Podcast, would that be a good alternate channel? I don't know, for these chats, these impromptu chats, because I don't want to piss people off by them saying to me, oh, I thought this is a Cortina channel, now you're rambling on, you know, about stuff I don't really want to hear about. Some people do. Now, we'll have to see, we'll have to come up with a name for that channel. So we'll do that. So there's plenty going on. A new channel, the 8 tracks, the gearbox video. You'll love that gearbox video because it's mental. I'm upside down and I took the camera with a mag mount. This is the one that I use. This is great. This is high power magnet, and the camera just sticks on that. So what you do, shove it underneath the car as long as you've got an LED light under there, or LED light preferably, incandescent if not, but watch out for mains cables underneath the car, very dangerous. Stick that under the car with the DJI action camera. This is the camera that most of the films are done on. You're on a different camera today, but so we did that with a pan off the gearbox and it's all nicely filmed up. I'm quite made up with that video. I've just watched some of it back, made up with it. The Tina G goes on the Krypton machine as well in the up and coming films. I think you're about 2 weeks away from seeing it go on Krypton, and it does really well on the Krypton just in the corner there. So a lot's been happening at the city. It's a bit wobbly, isn't it? I'm going to leave the CB on just in the background just to see if there's anybody out there. I'm also going to show you now this 8-track, okay? We'll do a little bit more chatting in a sec. First, have a close-up butchers of this and come and see how nicely the 8-track fits in Tina G. Here's Tina G. Here we are. Let me just show you that 8-track. It fits in so well. Just there, look. It's a perfect position when you're sat in the car. Let me sit in. It's a perfect operating position for it, okay? I was really anxious, well not anxious, but I was like dubious about where you could fit it. I always wanted each car to have its own 8-track and them to all be matching, okay? So I have got a set of matching, 4 of these, all matching, will all be serviced. So it's great because your right hand, the best operating hand, mostly if you're right-handed anyway, it just slots in, you can read the title dead clearly, the controls are easy to get to. And on the GXL, your centre console can hold the tapes, it's just the right size. So that works well there, folks. So we've fitted that, we'll show you a few clips of that getting fitted. Okay, so it works nice. I've actually used just the line output of this and it feeds into my existing radio. So I'm using the amplifier on this radio. You can, obviously they're a standalone unit with their own amp, but I've found that by getting the line out, tapping in for the line out on this, you know, in other words, line out, you just tap into part of the amplifier, and this radio has a line input facility. So what I do, rather than use the amplifier from the from the 8-track. I use the amplifier that I've got on here on its line input setting. That just means I'm using the same volume control for everything rather than reaching across, because I suppose the only downside with this 8-track unit, and a lot of them, is it's left and right balance. So you find it, if you're pulling it up at traffic lights and you've been having it quite loud, you've got to turn both those down and set them just right. And because I'm on a monaural system with two along the left and right speakers, most of my sound comes from the middle and sort of project out, other than the tweeters, that I didn't find it necessary to have balance control as such. So I've wired mine slightly different, but I'm sure you'll agree it looks at home there. It really does look at home there. So that's good. I'm really pleased with that. I had to go on a bracket, and it mounts to the metal dash. There is a little bit of wobble, but it doesn't rattle or anything, but there is a bit of suspension in that. It's not completely fixed, but that's just the nature of the bracket and the thinness of the dashboard material here. Okay, it's just the way it goes. So out we go from there, and we'll just do a final wrap to camera. This car is getting closer and closer. It's had the paint done. We'll talk you through that. Obviously you just saw me pull out the box, the new left-hand drive lamp units, which will be replacing our dip units. Sorry, there, because we are abroad, folks, for a long time. Right, back into the workshop for just this little mini video. I'm not going to edit it. I'm taking a bit of a chance for you folks out there. I'm not going to edit it, okay? I'll take you through one more little thing that I've been doing, and then we'll wrap, okay? See you in a sec. Let me just get seated, comfortable and relaxed, and we'll have one last little chit-chat. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little chit-chat there. As you can see, I've got my hands full with this set of radios. So it's all going to be good fun. I do enjoy working on these. I love getting back to the tech stuff. And of course I love doing the mechanical stuff too. And there's plenty of it, as I've said, coming up. So we shall catch you in 10 days time back on Mk3 Cortina City. I'll have plenty of stuff. I'm taking some cameras out where I'm going. Not going in the Cortina, but I'm going on a little bit of a research trip. And there's also, just before we go, talk of an abandoned Mk3 Cortina in a garage. You know I like that kind of stuff, and I am in a position, storage wise, to outdoor store a rescued car. Here's the plan. If we can find out where it is effectively, if Andy Lenz does his homework, we will be picking it up. And we will be doing an inspection. You never know. I could just get it back on the road. If it's like anything like Papa, who knows? Worst case scenario, let's get the car, save it, and then advertise it and get it out to someone who's going to restore it, can give them a good assessment. That's if it's not beyond. If it's beyond, let's just video it and see where we go from there. There could be some parts for somebody on that car. Who knows? I've no idea. It's just a rumour at the moment that there's an abandoned Mk3. Okay, so plenty of stuff is on the way to Cortina City, and of course, as always, I've got to thank the super fan, because on the patrons, without patrons, we just wouldn't be able to prop it up. It's a big bucket with loads of holes in. I can't plug them all up. So YouTube, super thanks if you want. That is the best way of doing it. If you don't want to join Patreon, is just if you think a video is any good, it's a $5 super thanks. They soon add up. We do about £80 a month on YouTube. It ain't a lot. It ain't a lot. We get it to be a lot more when things are quiet. Anyway, I digress. Mk3 is signing out. Catch you in 10 days time for a 2-hour double bill special, getting Tina G's engine up and running. You'll see. Over and out, Mk3 Cortina City. Thanks for watching.
Get to the chopper! Run! Get to the chopper! Mark! Get to the chopper! Run! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!
Okay, you just saw me blasting out there. A little bit of IPA solvent, you see at the control, so that's cleaned up. I did notice, I actually hadn't greased that the operating arm for the head of the 8-track. There's a solenoid there, so a little bit of light oil just on the plunger, 1 drop and that is it. 1 drop on the plunger, and then I've got a bit of grease here, general purpose grease. So just going to operate the solenoid, and there's a ratchet system there which we need to get it so it doesn't stick. Okay, so we're going to do that next. So I'll take you now on top with the tripod over the bench. We can see a bit better that way. Let's get this up and running. That solenoid is a little bit sticky, so I might put some power to it and actually activate the button on the front, which fires the solenoid, moves the head up and down for the 8-track selection. Okay, come overhead, join me, PC. Okay, got some power to it. I'm just going to check the operation of the solenoid. In goes a tape. Right, now it's active. Solenoid's going. It's working all right. But there's a little plunger here which I will just put some oil on as well. On that. And then on that little hinge, it's just 1 drop. Do not go crazy. That's all it needs. I didn't have any on them, by the way. This is 3 in 1. That's all you need. So that, those moving parts now are lubricated, and the grease points would be, let's get the grease, you may as well stay on, they're going to be, is the screwdriver the best thing to put it on with? I don't know. It's going to be that face, and from factory it looked like there, when you've opened them up, I've always seen it there, and on that bit. I wouldn't have thought you need any more. Then run it in, just see how it works. Yeah, that's where it should be, between those 2 faces, and on that one. I suppose that one would benefit from a little touch more there. That's it. So that part of it works. Nothing to do with that now. We shall now clean the, I've got a noisy potentiometer. That's the potentiometer there, that's crackly, so contact cleaner into that, into all those. These are the sliding pots. Watch the BGs when you're doing that. Robin will not be happy if you get fluid on his face. So they're not crackling now. Volume up. Slide it in a little bit. Crackling's gone. That's fixed. Bit of dust on this face. I'll take it back and blast that off. So that's done. We could actually test this now. Tape out. Belt back on. I've got to put my hand between the tripod to pull the tape out. Woo! Everything's clean here, so the belt should just go back on. The capstan wheel has got very light 3 in 1 on it, so that belt grips nicely. That's the right size belt. Let it drop on the end of there. This should work. Volume down first. In we go. There we go. That's fine. Nothing wrong there. I can't do it because of copyright reasons, but we're good. Now I'll check for warble and wire and stuff, but there's not a lot you can do. It's all down to that flywheel. If that's clean, the capstan's clean, you can always tell the tape won't feed through. This is all good. We have covered how to service this, so I'm not going to go over it again. This is a bit of a rapid move to getting it into the car, so just a quick check over on this set. All the light indicators light work at the front. On Papa, I did upgrade the front indicator lamps, the track indicator lamps with LED, because Papa was exposed in harsh sunlight and they were bled out. The location where this is fitting under the dash is in shadow all the time, even in bright daylight, so these incandescent bulbs are fine for that. You wouldn't normally need to change them. They don't look blown, they don't look tired. You can see on your screen how they're lighting up, so they're okay. All bulbs are working. That's it. We seem to have a working set there. It's time to put it all back together and bring the car in and start making... Oh, we've got a wire to solder on. Solder that on, drill through, solder on. Get the car in and then work out how we're going to fit it in the car and build a little loom for the speaker wires. Okay, I'm putting the hole through for the 12 volt output wire. And from that we can pass through our output cable. I'm going to do that in yellow. Yellow seems a logical one, so plenty of cable in stock. That goes through nicely. We take that to the switch, route it through the existing cable ties, spinning you round. We can route through here. Let's pull enough through. There's a cable tie we can use. Pull that back. Round the back of that one. And under. And then we're just underneath these ones. Then we're out at our switch point just here, so it's a question of just cut that just to the right length, strip the end of that wire, solder that up. Should have our iron on. We have some solder here, leaning across your screen, sorry. Careful that no solder lands inside. Should really have just tinned the end of the iron. That can go on here. That is it. That becomes live on activation of the tape, thus switching the speaker relay. Now, the length of this is critical. It's got to go to the other side of the dash in the car behind the glove box, so we're going to give it plenty of cable. The worst thing would be that you didn't, because we've got to build a little speaker loom anyway, and this will be part of that. So I don't want to waste the cable either, but I've got to guess this about here. I think I should do it. That is a guess. I hope I get this right. So a cable that goes live upon tape. Now we need to tidy up this multi-plug at the back and get our speaker wires running the same length as that, because it's all going to come out behind the glove box. Okay, so we'll reassemble this now. I think we'll test. We've got 12 volts coming out the end of here just to make sure that switch is right. I'm sure it is, but we'll just test that goes live upon activation of the tape. Multi-plug back in then for that check. You could just meter it out, you could just resistance test it out, but I'll do an actual live test. Check that, and then you'll probably cut to me with this rebuilt back up. See you in a sec. Peace. Okay, while we're on the subject of 8 tracks, I've got something that's in the queue, and that is Simone's radio from Simone from Hooked on Classics. She bought my estate car, the Mk3 Estate TC. On the bench is a special conversion that I've done. We've fixed a 8-track for Simone. It's a like-for-like replacement if Simone's was broke. Now Simone has sent me hers. We're going to have a look at it anyway, but don't worry, because this is exactly the same unit. I have a few of them, so if yours was no good, whoops, I've just dropped a knob. I must find that. if yours is no good, we've got plenty to go at. Yours might be okay, but I'll have to find that little knob there that just dropped down. Whoops, that's a critical one. Come down here and have a look at this parcel anyway, because it's a mystery parcel. We open it up from Simone. How is yours set? But it's a double. I tell you what, that's a big 8-track play. Right, we're going to open this. Christmas has come early, folks. Sorry about the creaky noises from the camp. Christmas is early, folks. Oh right, it's already been opened. And I packaged it all back up. Where's my blade? There's my blade. We'll go in from this side this time. And look, we've got a York CB radio, a present from Simone. Look at this, for a bit of object d'art. I can go on the bench and see if we can fire it up. Has it got a power lead? Wow, yeah, it's got a figure of 8 power lead. At the back it might even fire up. A York. That's going to be fun. Thanks for that. That's going to be real fun in the collection. Simone's unit. There's no power lead at the back. I don't need it, but looks a bit worn on that flap. Inside looks okay. Straight on the bench. Let's just see what happens. May as well just do this live because I knew this was in here. So I'm kind of pretending I didn't know, but it's fun anyway redoing it because it's a while since I've opened this box up that Simone sent, and it always brings a smile to my face. So this plug will go straight in. So what happened, Simone, to yours? I don't know. BG's tape's getting a bit, needs the sticker sticking down. Oh dear, it's all muffled. It's working, but it's muffled. You're missing some dials as well. Doesn't sound good. You've got a light. You've got your light. You don't select either. So you're in trouble there with that set. Definitely wasn't going to work. But don't worry, we'll move the mounting to Mohammed. So yes, Simone, your set was faulty and needs TLC. But I'll fix that and keep it in stock. Okay, and you can take this one, which is up and running on Bluetooth. Yep, that's right folks, we converted this to Bluetooth and serviced it. I hope you've got a power lead because I need this power lead. I'm going to have to ask you. So, this set, when we power it up, did you hear that bleep? Well, that's the Bluetooth connecting to my phone, and then can play a song.
On the widest selection of games.
See, we're on with Bluetooth.
Unibet has hundreds of top quality, exhilarating titles to choose from. Make it mega with Jungle Mega Moolah. Reach for the stars with Real Star. Go for goals with Hyper Joker Goal. All exclusive to Unibet. Plus latest releases, player favourites.
So that, you have to have a blank tape to do it, otherwise it'll start playing the tape. Because that's what powers it up, the fact that the tape's in it. So you need a tape with no tape in, or just snap a tape that you don't like. And it'll connect automatically once you've paired. So I just paired that to the phone. So it's paired to my phone, it pairs straight away, there's no codes needed. And we can play. Dead easy, absolutely simple. But it'll also play 8 tracks. Now, yes, you have to disconnect from Bluetooth, or you'll get both playing. So I make sure I've paused and then you're back to 8 track. And that's it. So that is a working setup. That's another little sideline that's on the go, helping people out there. So Simone gets a lovely set with Bluetooth on. You just pair it. Now, whilst you're going to watch this video, Simone, I'll talk you through the power cable connections. I need to make sure you've got your lead. So here it is. Just viewers, forgive me. This is to help Simone. You got that multi-plug at the back. Red is the power feed via a fuse. The ground you connect to the metal body of the set, so bolt it on the back. The speakers, both speakers share this black wire, so that's common for both speakers. So you'll have that black wire going to one speaker, then double up with another piece of wire off this, the other speaker, then you've got left and right. Green is left, grey is white, grey is right, or vice versa. Green could be right. Doesn't really matter. That's just you'll work that out with your balance control. So that's it. 3 of the wires, the black, the green and the grey, they're for the speaker. The black being the common that goes to both speakers, left and right. The red is the 12 volt feed. You ground the set by bolting an earth onto the nut at the back. Put in a blank tape. Go to your Bluetooth settings on your phone. Look for new device. I don't know what it comes up with, X something or other. Pair with that. Stick a tape in that's got no tape in it and it'll just play. Disconnect from your phone, put a tape in with tape that works, working 8 track. As long as your phone's not trying to pair with a set, you'll get the 8 track playing. That's it. That's serviced and done. Going out in the post.
The captain and collaborative crew is awake and staying out. The connections were so secure at all points north will be private in Terminal A. Watford, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Doncaster, Newcastle, Glasgow, Wake, Auckland, Shackleton and Gatwick. Meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, wir danken Ihnen, dass Sie den Seelenexpress geflogen sind. Der Liebeszug der 30.